guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Yolanda, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you how to be successful this cross-country season. Okay, so this video is mainly for like high schoolers, but like it can also apply to other people. I'm just gonna be talking in the perspective of like what I went through, like my high school experience. I'm just gonna like give you guys not only racing but just like training and like just all the stuff, things that will help you have success this season. First thing I'd say is find a running buddy. Sometimes it's hard having the motivation to go out and get on a run. I know especially during the summer when my team has dead weeks, which is basically when the state requires like all high school sports to not practice for like 1 or 2 weeks in the summer, right? So we have to like run our own or run in groups of people, and sometimes I run on my own because sometimes being with my team a lot, like I love them so much, but I just love I enjoy it just as much running on my own with music blasting and seeing my lungs out without having to feel like I'm being judged and all that, no matter how really bad it sounds. But just having that person, especially like if they're gonna be your accountability partner for this whole summer leading up to the season, like it's always good to have the person who's just like right there with you. And especially if by that point y'all are at the same speed, length, and all that stuff, by racing season you can race with them and maybe you could beat them. It could be like your little like running buddy, and then once the last mile hits, you just go like boom, speed and beat them and all that, respectively, you know. Second thing is to not overdo building up your mileage. They have like a rule of thumb, I'll put it on the screen, but basically it's just like it's really important to not to do too much too fast. You do not want to burn yourself out before you even hit the real season, because technically the season starts in the summer, but not really, because that's not when we're really running the races. The thing is, I'm kind of guilty of that right now though, especially since like there's like these fast people that just came on my team, right? And like it's like building a lot of pressure. Not a lot of that's like just things like mentally, just like I'm psyching myself out, but it just made me want to like train harder and more faster and this and that, especially like on recovery days. And I'm not taking recovery days that I need to be the right way, which I'll get into next after. But just I'm overdoing it a bunch, and I know I shouldn't, but you just gotta chillax and your time will come. Like this season is gonna come by so fast, and you would have wished that you would have enjoyed every moment. Like enjoy every day, enjoy every run, especially with your teammates and all that. Live in the present moment and don't worry so much about the future now. Doesn't mean that you entirely need to like slack off now, but it means that just like be aware that you only have a limited amount of time to be consistent, and it'll really all pay off at the end of the season. So my next tip, which I kind of mentioned in the last one, is taking your recovery days as recovery and taking your workout days as workouts. Now I know some people that go to the gym and this and that. I want to advise you on that. You should probably consult with a physician, whatever they call it, doctor, or with your coach, for crying out loud. And be careful, because like I don't know, I'm just saying from what I've heard, especially from like my coaches in the past and all that, like you just like, especially on those recoveries, like now I can see like if it's after a workout and you're doing it, don't do stuff before a workout, by the way. That is like not no heavy stuff, because then that's you're gonna finna die probably, unless you're not used to or whatever. But the fact like you should be taking your recovery days as recovery days, right? Because like you need time for your body to heal and to just like all the process to go on. But like if you're gonna be working out one day, the next day you're supposed recovery day, but you're sitting out there like going speedy fast, like 6 flats on a recovery run, unless that really is your recovery run and pace, maybe you shouldn't be going that. Now I'm not one to tell you your paces or whatever, but like I've just like noticed, especially just like on, well, once again, personally for me, and just like how things have been on my team right now so far, we've been going really fast. Now, only given the fact like we really don't have an official coach, because our coach left us, it's like things are up in the air, like we really don't know how to do things. But from the success that I had the past year, because freshman year was awful for my running, right? But the success that I did have sophomore year, I did not go out as fast, or at least if I did, it was not in June, it was more of July. That's when I started picking up things, building up mileage. Like, I was building up in June, but like I was like doing hella more miles in July and all that. But either way, just like be really careful, and just like, as much as you want to get fast, it's a process. And even after doing all this, you're not guaranteed to get better. And who knows, maybe an injury might come up that you never even expected. But you just have to really be careful and aware of your body, and listen to your body during this time too. Because believe me, like, I was out for injury freshman year during track season, and it's because I dismissed something that I thought would go away, but it didn't, and I had to bike most of practice, and by that point I lost a lot of my just strength that I had. And by the time I ended season, it was already too late, and I wanted to be in varsity, I wanted to go to state. I didn't get any of that, but I was able to pick myself back up, and I had a huge comeback this year. Technically last year, so my sophomore year, I won region in my events that I really wanted to get freshman year, and I guess it was a blessing that really like motivated me to like not get to that place I was again. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to be overdoing it. And so just be really careful to not overdo it, especially just you don't want to get burned out, and just we need to prevent any injuries. We gotta manifest a good season now. Okay, and then probably like my last like tip that I'd say is honestly, like, know your why. Now I'm kind of stealing this from my coach a little bit, but like it's really resonated with me like the past few months, that from once he did it and when he was our coach. But just like knowing the like why you joined. I joined it at first because my sister joined it, but having something that like really like motivated me and like gave me a little purpose. Like I remember at the beginning, like she's 2 years older than me, right? So she's in 8th grade, I was in 6th grade, and I remember one practice, my coach, my middle school coach, he was like, you need to have a goal. And so I was just like, and then he was mentioning, oh, like being your sibling, this and that. And I remember in that moment, I looked over at my sister, and he pointed out, he's like, oh, I see Yolanda looking at her. And I was like, yeah. And then I made my goal to like keep on trying, and I beat her at every single race henceforth, right? Now, not to say that just to like brag or this or that, but my point here is that like finding like your purpose, like even just like a basic goal, just anything helps a lot. Because the days when it gets hard, when you don't want to go out, when you don't want to get out of bed, when you're hurting, when you're sore, when you may not see the results at the race or whatever, when it just is, life feels terrible, but you're running, you're doing everything that you can, knowing your why and remembering your like that certain reason or that specific goal really goes a long ways. And really it's just like it brings a little bit sense of like hope and just a little bit more faith that like to just carry on and just to keep holding on, pushing forward to reach that point that you want to get to. Because like you can reach it, it's only our minds and maybe some other external factors, but only our minds that limit us. So like I know, like if you start saying it now and like writing it down, even that's what I do. I literally write down my goals. They're on my door. I'm not gonna show you because I don't want y'all to know my goals, because then I'm not trying to get some bad juju on it, you know what I mean? But just writing it down, even just like looking at it occasionally, like not all the time but occasionally, and just like letting that resonate with you, like it really helps like accomplish your goals. Like I accomplished literally most of my goals last year that I had made for myself. Most of them I had like a good 6 or 7. I accomplished a good 5 of them, and so I'm really proud of myself for that. And you know, and you can do that too. And either way, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Peace is already out.